Overproduction is we have a lot of linens that we have to wash on our washer and dryer going basically all day long. And we're folding a lot during our shifts. Transportation is having to move bleach and other powders to the washer and put them inside the washer because two of our soaps and chemicals for the washer are not being sucked in through the hoses. And we realized this by putting a black line on them because Crystal realized that we hadn't been ordering them, and she was like, hey, let's check to see if they're being used. And so we put a black line on them and they're not going through the washer. So we have to get that fixed. So we have to add our own bleach and our own powder to the washer to make sure our linens get that extra clean. Inventory is those buckets are just sitting there with liquid in them for us to use, but we can't use because the hoses to them are broken. And then also we have two of each kind underneath the folding table, wasted inventory just sitting there because we don't need to switch them out. Defects of this is our guests are not getting the proper clean linens that we want them to be able to get. So we are having to add the bleach and the powder and stuff to our washer. And if we don't have it, then we have to wash without it. Or if staff forgets to put it in there, then the linens aren't getting clean the way they should be for our guests. Over processing is the extra steps it's taking us to add those extra chemicals to the washer when it should automatically add itself. Motion is grabbing the extra chemicals to add into the washer, putting the extra chemicals on the order list, going to the store and buying the extra chemicals we need for the washer to make sure our linens are as clean as possible for our guests. Waiting, guests are waiting to be able to get into their room on nice clean linens to have a nice stay. Ways to employee genius, when those were working, the chemicals were working in the washer, you just throw the load in, push what you need, and then start the washer and you go on with your day. Now we're having to stop and grab bleach and grab powder and dump it in there, make sure it doesn't get all over the ground. And if it gets all over the ground, then you have to wipe it up, and then you have to put all the bleach and the powder back to where it was. It's a lot of extra steps that a staff member could be using to deep clean something or to fix something or to help a guest. Value added in having the washer work properly is we're not buying as much bleach, we're not buying as much powder for the loads that we're using. So we're saving money when those are working correctly. The main value added is the guests are getting the cleanest sheets that we can give them so they can enjoy their stay, and it helps take the stains and makes them look shinier and nicer. Non-value added is us having to spend more money on extra things, us having to make sure we put the extra chemicals into the washer, and then cleaning up because it does spill. I just spilled some just a little while ago all over the ground because the towel didn't hold it, and so it just went right down. So that's a waste of chemicals also, is because if you don't put it in there at the right amount of linens, then it's all over the floor or it just goes through the holes in the washer. So it's a big waste and time consuming. That is my 8th waste.